I drown at least once a day, and not in the respectable way that a person can drown, say in a flood, a tsunami, or pools that are 8 feet deep. No, I drown in anxiety, and I've been doing it for a while. When I was 7, one of my teeth fell out at school, and I freaked out because I thought that wasn't allowed. So I put it back in my mouth, and I ended up swallowing it during recess. When I was 11, I had to participate in a spelling bee, and instead of spelling my word, I played dumb so that I could sit back down. The word was mayonnaise, and it's spelled M-A-Y-O-N-N-A-I-S-E. When I was 15, I skipped 2 different finals because they involved public speaking. And once when I was 16, I was late to school, and instead of going right to class, I stood outside the door for an extra 6 minutes because the thought of being the center of attention for just a moment of when I opened that door was worse than death. I could tell a million more stories like this. I could talk about how I was mute until kindergarten, how I have 5, maybe 6 friends, and that's counting acquaintances, or about how torturous it is to listen to the sound of my own voice in a recorded video. For most of my life, I've been drowning, but recently I learned that if I try to chill the hell out, I can. And my first method is kind of like throwing myself to the wolves. I throw myself through classroom doors when I'm late because even though I expect to be eaten alive, I know it's more like walking through a field of sleepy bunnies. The problem with this is that it doesn't work with everything. For example, if you were to throw yourself into, let's say, eye contact, does not achieve desired results. So my second method is much more applicable. I don't like admitting this, and to be honest, even as I'm planning to say it now, I'm denying it in my head. But the truth is, I care a whole lot about what other people think of me, and I think everyone else does too. I have heard "don't care about what other people think of you" enough times that there's a special little pathway in my brain that grabs onto that sentence when I hear it and throws it right out the window. So I'm gonna say something new. Nobody cares. Everyone is as occupied with their life as you are with yours. You're worried the kid sitting next to you saw how many answers you got wrong on the test? Well, that kid is counting down the seconds until passing period because he's about to piss himself and he can't leave class 20 minutes before the bell. So he couldn't care less that you can't factor a quadratic equation. So I try to remind myself, no, Sophia, no one is going to hate you for presenting your Google Slides on the role that Diane Nash had in the civil rights movement. Nobody cares that you've just spilled a pound of trail mix into your backpack. No one cares that your hair is just not working with you today. So anytime I drown, I remind myself that nobody cares. Nobody can care because we're all drowning over the same things. Maybe not the pathetic things, but we all drown. And it's a lot easier to stay afloat when you remember that most people don't care enough to drown you themselves. I still fall beneath the water sometimes, but at least now I'm not swallowing my teeth or annihilating my GPA.